Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about something which you've probably tried in your efforts to overcome social anxiety, and that is supplements. Right, so over the years that I was battling hard with SAD, I bought into all of this stuff. I bought loads of supplements, and this kind of happened because I'd be sitting up at night reading forums and reading articles, just pulling my hair out, thinking, what the hell am I going to do? Why am I such a mess? And I'd go down a rabbit hole and I'd start Googling supplements, and I had this little beam of light, this ray of hope. And I'd be like, yes, ashwagandha, this is the thing that's going to help me. Or I'd read an article about how niacin in a sauna is meant to give you great well-being effects and relieve stress. So I'd get online, I'd go on Amazon, I'd be hammering the buy button, and the next thing I knew, I'd got 120 quid's worth of supplements here. And this is just some of them. I'd tried other stuff like reishi mushrooms, these kind of drops, medicinal drops, which are meant to calm you. You put them under your tongue. It's like a calming relief. And basically, my experience of this, and I know this is going to rub some people up the wrong way, but it did not work. None of these had any kind of effect which I could really notice. And I've had friends who've told me that ashwagandha has made a night and day difference to their anxiety, or that curcumin, turmeric and curcumin, it's a godsend and all that. And all I can do here is talk from my own experience of decades of dealing with this problem and my own experience. Horny goatweed, which is meant to boost testosterone and make you feel amazing and give you the sex drive of a porn star, and Korean ginseng and zinc, Tim Ferriss. I'm not trying to knock Tim Ferriss and people. Zinc, it's amazing, it's the new thing. Or have magnesium before you go to bed, you're going to feel amazing. Yeah. So I tried all this stuff, I bought into all that stuff. Did it make me feel any different? No, not that I could notice. Did it have a significant impact on my social anxiety? No, not at all. It didn't. As I've said on my channel, the real stuff that worked, psychotherapy, CBT, pushing myself, going out there, even stuff like cold showers, meditation, lots of different stuff that was a lot harder, took a lot longer, but none of this worked. And I'm not trying to preach and say, this is the truth. This is my own subjective truth. This is my experience. But what I see and what I talk to people about who have these problems is that they go down the same route as me. They get really excited and really hopeful, and they talk to people. I remember talking to this one guy. He was like, oh, reishi mushrooms, they're a powerful adaptogen. Right, so I went on Amazon. I spent 50 quid on reishi mushrooms, necked a load of these capsules. I started trying to convince myself it was doing something for a few days, but overall it didn't do anything. And my experience, and it's the same with ayahuasca and a lot of this stuff that people write about, it's like, oh my God, it was as if my brain had been turned inside out and I had been reborn and the world was turned upside down after taking l-tyrosine capsules for a week. And you can go online and read all these life-changing stories of these therapies and stuff. And I've tried so many therapies, so many supplements, ayahuasca, DMT, all these miracle things, and none of it has worked like that for me. So I don't know if I'm totally immune to all this stuff and I'm just missing out on these amazing experiences that everybody else is having. But my experience is that these kind of quick fixes, supplements and certain therapies that are meant to have this instant impact or big effect, they really don't work. And like I say, that's just me. By all means, go out there, try stuff out for yourself. But what I will say is just be wary about getting really excited about whatever it might be, ashwagandha or something. I would say try and read those reviews and stuff with a healthy pinch of skepticism until you buy one. And buy one and try it and run the course, and then buy another thing and try it. I was taking so many of these at the same time that even if there were any positive effects, I wouldn't have been able to know which one it was anyway, because I just went ham and just bought 120 quid's worth in one go. So I would say if you are going to try something, be skeptical, road test it methodically and try and, record systematically and see if you can really feel any differences. If you can, great, stick with that and work with that. That's really good. One thing I will say is l-theanine. I did notice a really small positive impact from l-theanine, but it wasn't that long lasting and it certainly wasn't life changing. I mean, one consistent thing which I'll always talk about in these videos is that I believe social anxiety, it's not just an isolated thing. It's not a social thing. It's not just about being around people. This is fear that you feel about being around other people. And this is it's a manifestation, an external manifestation of something which is deep within you, which is this feeling of lack and shame and unworthiness. So I would be very wary about trying some of these superficial band-aids and not going for the real stuff like, therapy and stuff which is going to get to the root of the matter. Because in my experience, SAD is a very deep-rooted issue. It's about who you are. It's about your sense of self. You've probably been very damaged in your upbringing, in your growth, your psycho-social, emotional growth. There's been some real problems there, most likely, if you're anything like me. And that takes time to unknot, unpick, rebuild, relearn, and build stuff anew. A lot of these superficial things, in my experience, they don't work. It's the deep stuff, which takes longer, but which, has far more fundamental effects that really makes a difference. So that's my own subjective little rant about this. I'd be really interested to hear your opinions, of course, as always. Please leave them below in the comment section. Let me know if you have had any positive experiences with any of these supplements, what has worked or what hasn't worked. And I would love to hear from you, and I would really look forward to seeing you in my next videos. Oh, and also please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, and help me to help more people.